My name is Mohamad Elachi. I'm a Lebanese American, and I started this project sending dogs to Canada. And I lived most of my life in the US. At that point in 2020, when COVID hit, I've never had a dog before, but I was stuck in my apartment, so I decided to adopt little Arthur. My little Shiba Inu changed my life. The thing about Arthur, he made me realize how amazing dogs can be. In 2020, I ran away from New York because of all the COVID restrictions and pretty much thought that the world was going to end, so I moved to Beirut to be closer to my family in Lebanon. It was during that time that as I was walking on the beach, I found my first dog. Knowing Arthur, having Arthur is what made me realize that Enzo, the first dog I rescued, really needs rescuing. And he was clearly abandoned by his family, so I didn't know what to do. I just picked him up. I couldn't bear to see a dog like that. He was a big husky, and honestly I had no idea what was there in Lebanon in terms of shelters. So I posted a post on Facebook, to which a nice person responded, and she's a rescuer. She sends dogs from Lebanon to Canada, and she helped me. The cost of sending Enzo to Canada, between boarding, getting medical tests, airline tickets, getting a crate, getting a foster in Canada until Enzo gets adopted, was close to $1,500, which I still believe it was the best $1,500 I've ever spent in my life. The thing is, it didn't really quite stop there. It turns out that in Lebanon, it is quite common for people to abandon their pets, dogs or cats. It is also common for dogs to sometimes be mistreated by society. Turns out also that because of the economic crash in Lebanon, people are not just abandoning their dogs to be cruel, they're abandoning their dogs because in most cases they can't feed them and they cannot care for them. And this is specifically why we need those dogs to be sent abroad. Unfortunately, Canada recently has imposed a ban on importing dogs from high-risk rabies countries like Lebanon. The ban goes into effect in middle of September. All I've done so far is taken in dogs, making sure they're okay, and then send them to Canada, because it was the only place where it was easy for us to send these dogs to find good homes in North America. With that ban taking effect, I am left with over 31 dogs that immediately need to be evacuated to Canada. The process is pretty complicated. You have to be a registered NGO to be able to send dogs to Canada. I am not an NGO, I'm just a person who's trying to help. So as I was trying to send my first dog to Canada, I got in touch with Animals Lebanon. So I work very closely with them each time I save a dog. Even though I provide the funding, they provide their expertise. When we find a dog, the dog has to go through medical tests to make sure that he or she does not suffer from any disease that requires treatment. That takes about a month. In the meantime, we have to revaccinate these dogs because we have no idea if they were vaccinated to begin with or not vaccinated. And it takes 30 days from the first vaccine for us to be able at that point to do a medical test that the Canadian government requires us to do, verifying that they are rabies antibody in that dog. Once we get the approval from the Canadian government, at that point, what we have to do is buy the crates. A crate is between $100 to $150. And then we have to secure the airline ticket for the dog, which is between $450 to $550. In total, our cost per dog sending one dog to Canada is roughly around $1,500, which includes the health, the paperwork, the crate, and we have then to find a volunteer that will fly with these dogs and pay that volunteer's airline ticket. So typically we would send dogs in batches of 16. At that point, we go to the airport, we send those dogs, we pray, we live 24 hours of terror. Those dogs land in Montreal. We receive the videos from our Canadian partners showing the dogs coming out of their crate, a little bit anxious. But then the best videos come the next day when those dogs are either sleeping next to a chimney or playing in the snow or discovering their first taste of Canadian bacon. If you would like to help us, please look at the link below. We have a YouFundMe page set up, and we're looking for as many possible donors as we can. In addition to looking for donations, we are looking for travel partners from Lebanon to Montreal in the month of July, the month of August, and the first week of September. If you are planning, or you can actually provide your services to travel on one of those flights, please contact us directly. If you'd like to help financially, morally, or in other ways, please feel free to reach out to us, and thank you very much.